everyone, it's Haze, and in today's video we are once again going to do the Miraculous Monday meme review, where my friend Hedge finds me the very best miraculous memes from across the internet and I react to them. Now obviously this is the start of the video, I don't know what I've said yet, but maybe at some points during this video, depending what the memes are, I am going to end up discussing any ideas, any theories I have for season 5 going forward. And I have not read the show Bible, and I would very much like to keep it that way. As would most people in my comments who also have not read the show Bible. I'm trying to keep my channel as safe as I possibly can from show Bible spoilers. So if I do end up discussing any ideas I may have and you have read the show Bible, please do not leave a comment saying, yeah, you're right, that's gonna happen, no, you're wrong, that's gonna happen, maybe it'll happen, this is gonna happen instead. If you can't leave a comment that doesn't talk about the show Bible, I just rather you didn't leave one at all. So thank you, besties, in advance. So I think that's all I have to say, so let's get on with the meme review, besties. Okay, so the first meme. I have to move on from Ladybug, but I don't know who with. Kagami? No, that's not fair to her, very correct. She doesn't like me anymore anyway. Plag, any ideas? Marinette Dupen Cheng, I am the most hilarious being alive. Yeah, okay. right now, I am, you all know. Adrianette stan. I love the Love Square, but Adrianette is by far my favourite ship in the Love Square. But right now, as it stands at the minute of filming this, we've only seen Evolution and Multiplication. There was no Adrianette whatsoever in Evolution, it was Lady Noir all the way. But I am a little bit worried of how, just quickly, it's literally like a switch has been flipped in Adrian's mind for almost literally no reason. Now I understand in Risk, which happens the same day as the start of Multiplication, because apart from that first bit in Risk when Froggy Boy gets akumatized, all of Risk, all of Strike Back, all of Evolution and the opening of Multiplication all take place in the same day. However, we haven't really had a scene showing the audience of Adrian starting to view Marinette differently. He literally is like, oh yeah, Marinette's a great friend, then just starts trying to kiss her. Okay. I feel like as the audience, we need to be shown his feelings changing more clearly, because for me, I've always said this and a lot of people disagree with me, but for me it's always been obvious that Adrian has had a crush on her. He's just been unaware about it, which I think is completely plausible due to his upbringing, for him to be unaware for his feelings and not knowing how to act around a girl who's supposed to be your friend. So I've always believed he's had a crush on her since probably about maybe halfway through season 2, like Despair Bear time. He's definitely always had a crush on her, but he just hasn't realised it. So for me, I just feel like he needed that bigger moment of realisation in the show, which he didn't have. Like, really consider the timeline from Risk to the start of Multiplication. He's had a pretty traumatic day, so things in that day, he's just woken up with this feeling of that he's got to go and tell his dad that, no, we're having breakfast together, we're not doing this, we're not doing it on your terms, we're doing it on my terms. And then he's like, oh no, you gotta go and get changed because we're doing some sort of weird pitch to our company investors or whatever Bob Ross is meant to be, or Bob Roth. I always get them mixed up. One's a very nice painter, one's a horrible man on Miraculous. Two very different people, two very different ideals. But anyway, and then he's come downstairs, got dressed, had to do this weird thing with Lila and they have to hug, which I can't imagine how traumatic that was. And then is suddenly told, yep, you're going on a round the world trip to shoot promotional material for a perfume. And Adrian's like, no, I don't want to go because first of all, no. Second of all, I'm Cat Noir, I can't go. And then Marinette at school is the one there for him. And then Felix suddenly arrives, they switch places, but then he's going to jump into action and help save the day. He also finds that Lens, he doesn't know what's going on. And then he sees, in his mind, Ladybug kind of betray him for Formidable, who seems to think that's him. And then Formidable ends up betraying them and taking over Miraculous whilst posing as Adrian, and then they got to fight Monarch Daddy with his newfound powers throughout the time of the show. That is an incredibly stressful day, and honestly the last thing I would have thought of before I went to bed is who I had feelings for. I would just be like, you know what, I'm going to sleep. I will think about things in the morning. But Adrian's like, after all of that very traumatic day when Paris looked like it was about to set on fire and the fate of the city is so uncertain because the guy we've been trying to defeat has the means to defeat us. Now I'm going to think about Marinette. I guess it arguably shows how much she means to him, that after all of that, the thing he thinks about last before going to sleep that day is her, which I do think is sweet. But I don't know, I just feel like he needed a bigger moment of realisation. Maybe, I think it might have been better if that when he went to school the next morning in multiplication, so that first bit multiplication is still in the same day as strike back and stuff. Possibly the next day and they don't do the FaceTime call at the sleepover. Also Marinette, how could you be bothered having a sleepover either? Just go to sleep! I would be so stressed. I would want a cuddle from Tiki and then I'd be like, right, I'm going to bed. I will deal with this in the morning. How could they be bothered? Anyway. Maybe it's just because how stressed I am, I couldn't deal with it, but I mean, they're younger than me, so if I couldn't handle it at 26, surely they couldn't handle it at 14, but I don't know. Anyway, I would have just had Marinette in the morning. Obviously, she sees Adrian hasn't gone with Lila, which she kind of knew because she rescued him off the train and now she's worked out that's Felix, so she knew Adrian wasn't on the train in the first place. But, you know, ask him, is he okay with all that happening with Felix switching places? That doesn't have to be, like, because I know she's like resolved to try and get over and try and move on because she doesn't have time for boys, and her love for Adrian basically caused this situation. But just talk to him and then he could be like, after all this time, she still cares about me and stuff. So I think maybe that would be good for a moment of realisation in the morning after the aftermath of what's just happened in the season 4 finale. In my opinion, obviously I'm saying that without any knowledge of the rest of the episodes. I only have, well, I guess 2 episodes, but only really one where Adrianette is concerned to go off. But as much as I'm happy Adrianette is happening, I'm also a little bit worried right now, but I trust the show and they're gonna pull it back. Hopefully. Okay, next meme. Oh god, it's Hawk Daddy getting decapitated by Nino's shield hedge. Nino's having none of it today. Oh wow, and it just falls off because of that. Oh. I mean, seriously, with how thin that shield is right at the end, you could seriously slice someone's head off now. Not that I've thought about Nino doing that to him before, but he totally should. Hey Marinette! Ah! Oh, hi Marinette! He can't stick up on me with my back against the wall. Oh god. Hey Marinette! Oh, Demon Adrian confirmed you can also scale walls like a spider. Speaking of spiders, oh my god! There was one in my bedroom last night. I walked in, so I've been watching telly with my mum. I walked into my room. It was on the wall there. So I walked in here, put the light on, which is there. You can see the switch. On the wall there, by all of my makeup, may I remind you, my makeup, which I've spent far too much money on. There was a spider on the wall. I try not to scream because obviously they're small. If you scream, it'll make them move, and you gotta watch them. If you take your eyes off for 1 second, they move. They move. So I stood here and looked. So you gotta keep your distance. You don't wanna be near it. So I was stood here watching the spider, and I shouted for my brother. I was like, Matthew! My brother's called Matthew, so I like kind of half shouted, slight scream. He could hear I was scared, and then my other little brother's like, what on earth is going on? So Matt came into my room and he just looked at it, was like, what? And I was like, it's a spider, and he was like, oh, fine. So he sorted it out for me. But yeah, I don't think I want a spider Adrian in the show. I am forever grateful there isn't a spider Miraculous. Honestly, it's one of the reasons why I don't like watching Anansi, because I hate spiders that much. Don't like them. Okay, next meme. My dear nephew, do you know what time it is? It's time to use a bunny Miraculous and travel back in time. No, it's flexing time. I mean, I feel it's the sort of thing Gabriel would do. Like, in Origins, yeah, it was, yeah, Origins, he was like, people of Paris, this is what I'm here to do, and Ladybug was like, no you're not, and she just went absolutely mad on that, clearing all those butterflies, and Cat Noir just stood there like, yeah, this is her, this girl I've met, she's the one. It was great. So this is totally the thing that Gabriel would do, but oh god, right. So you know that trailer we got from Gloob will be last Monday now. Oh, no, the Monday before now, from when this video is going up, I think. And Gabriel is wearing white in it. And I understand in multiplication it was like for promotional reasons. So I didn't mind, I mean, I didn't like the outfit, but I don't mind him wearing that as his outfit. But he just seems to be wearing it at home. Now there were some shots in the trailer where he's wearing his usual outfit, but is this just gonna be like an outfit we see him in occasionally and we just have to deal with it? Because I'm not sure I can deal with it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's giving mad scientist vibes and stuff, so I don't hate it. Like, I feel like it fits like where is mentally, you know, but I'm also like, please get changed. Maybe it's the glasses as well. I don't like his new glasses as much. If he'd kept these glasses and maybe just like in a white frame or even without the frame, maybe it would have looked better, but yeah, no, I'm not sure I'm feeling the new outfit. Next meme. Marinette just chilling in her room. Cat blank nightmare. But he brought a balloon. If he brought a balloon, you can't hate him. I mean, Cat blank on his own, a little scary. If Cat blank brings a balloon, I'd let him in. Have a party. I love Cat blank. So cute. Next meme. Cat Noir. Am I intimidating? Rena Rouge, LMAO, Ladybug laughing face, Cat Noir. Okay, good. But I have a friend I think is scared of me, and I don't know how. Carapace, scared how? Cat Noir. Whenever she talks to me, she gets red in the face and stumbles over her words. She's not scared of you. Stumbles over her words, but she's so clear and confident around other people. Her friends keep trying to get her alone with me and it freaks her out. Aww. But I once saw a pic of me was set to her phone background, so I don't think she hates me. I don't know. Queen Bee, she has a crush on you. Thank you, Chloe. Carapace, she has a crush on you. Rena Rouge, she has a crush on you. Ladybug, she has a crush on you. What? And then Hedge said, I know this isn't the point of the meme, but those profile pictures look spot on accurate for these characters. Yeah, I agree. So Carapace is a tortoise eating a strawberry. Queen Bee is of the queen herself. Rena Rouge, a cool photo of her, and then Ladybug with the Eiffel Tower. I love Cat Noir's profile picture. So cute. I mean, I'm assuming this is in reference to Marinette, although I'm a bit unsure how they're trying to get her alone with Cat Noir specifically. I am so excited to see Marinette fall for Cat Noir this season. And if Thomas Astruc does not deliver with some beautiful Marichat scenes, I will be coming for his kneecaps. That's my new threat, and I keep saying it in real life. I said it the other night in Korean class and everyone turned and stared at me. So yeah, although to be fair, right, so the other night in the Korean class, we don't know each other very well, but it's all university students in there, so we're all doing differing levels of stuff. And I'm the only PhD student in there, which I wasn't surprised about because not many people do a PhD, so yeah, I'm fine with it. But this one girl started talking to me and she was like, oh, you're doing a degree then? I was like, no, I'm doing a PhD. And she was like, oh wow, that's so cool. And then she said, I never expected someone who's a 17 stan to be doing a PhD. So 17 is my favourite K-pop group, and stan is what you call someone's like when it's your favourite group, like BTS stan, Twice stan, Blackpink stan. It's like, that's your favourite group. So I'm a 17 stan. And I didn't verbalise this, we just carried on with the conversation, but in my head the only thing I could think of, I was like, what on earth has my taste in K-pop got to do with my education level? How do those two things I'm still confused, and I was like, okay, like if I was a BTS stan, would it make me more likely to do a PhD? I don't know. I was like, and the conversation's over now. It's been several days since we had that conversation, so I can't bring it back up to ask what she meant. So I'm just going to be confused the rest of my life, I guess. But I was like, what? What has my taste in K-pop got to do with my PhD? I don't know. Anyway, next meme. Smart enough to realise that your father and Natalie have a thing for each other. Too dumb to realise that Marinette has a crush on you. Yes, I think, in Adrian's defence, he sees the way his father and Natalie act around each other. It's not just Natalie acting towards Gabriel, he is seeing how Gabriel and Natalie interact together. When two people are interacting like that together, presumably in a similar way to how his parents acted together, so he has an example to go off, it's easier for him to see. Whereas with Marinette having feelings for him, he's unsure because he's never seen, prior to coming to school, he's never seen people their age act like that with each other, so, and it's obviously very different to how adults would act, so he's not sure what that even looks like in the first place, and he's only seeing one side of it. If you're, for example, Alia and Nino, he can see them both, so he can recognise it more easily, so I would hope he's going to start to realise that perhaps she used to have a crush on him or still has a crush on him, whatever it is that Marinette's officially going to be doing this season, who knows in terms of her love life. But hopefully he's going to start recognising it, because he's going to be, in terms of the Miraculous timeline, hasn't even been a year yet, but he's been at school for like 9 months-ish. So hopefully at this point now, Alia and Nino have got together, Milan and Ivan are together. I think in the show, Mark and Nathaniel and Rose and Julika are together, although it's not made as obvious because censorship in other countries. And also Kim and Odine, I always forget what her name is, I'm sorry. The swimmer who gets acclimatized in Siren are also dating, although they're not really together a lot in the show. Also who's with Kagami, Marinette was with Luca. So he has more relationships to view. I would assume there are other relationships around school just because that's how high school works, or middle school, or whatever level of education they're at, I don't know. I have no idea. We don't have middle school here, so I'm really not sure, but I've heard like it's their last year at this school, but they're only 14, so surely now it's high school. I don't know anything about the French schooling system, as you can tell. But I would think he's hopefully getting a better grasp on what relationships at their age look like and the signs to look out for. She says, knowing full well she doesn't know any of the signs to look out for, even though she's been in state school her entire life. I don't know, I cannot tell for the life of me how someone feels towards me. Maybe it's an autistic thing. Is Adrian autistic? Because I can tell when two people like each other. I used to go to this drama group and I used to like hint at getting people together. I'd like see two people together. There's this boy and girl once, I won't say their names. They were flirting with each other, but they didn't really know what they were doing. So afterwards I went up to the girl and I was like, oh, do you like him? And she was like, oh my god, yeah, a bit. How could you tell? That was pretty easy. And then afterwards I went up to him and said, do you like her? And he was like, yeah, a bit. So I was like, then maybe you should do something about that. And they did do something about that. It was a very cute relationship, I loved it. So I can tell when other people like each other, but for the life of me I can't tell when people like me. I also can't tell when people hate me and have, do you know like when you're talking to someone and you can't tell that they don't want you to talk to them? Like I don't know when to shut up. I just can't tell. I can tell for other people but not where I'm concerned. So whilst I get frustrated that Adrian can't see that Marinette has a crush on him, in this situation I am also Adrian, so I am a raging hypocrite. Next meme. Overthinking things. Not thinking at all. I mean, the perfect relationship. I overthink everything, mainly because I can't tell if anyone has feelings for me or what anyone is thinking. It is truly a curse. So the final meme from the meme review is a viewer submission meme. So if you want to be in with a chance of having your meme featured in the meme review, down in the description box is a link to my Discord server, and one of the channels of the Discord server is the meme reviewer viewer submission. Something like that. You'll be able to find it, and if you don't know where it is, please just ask someone. Everyone's very, very nice and helpful in there. So you can submit the memes you make into the channel. It has to be a meme you've made and not just one you've found. If you found one but still want to talk about it, we have a separate channel for that. I think it's just called memes, so feel free to post them in there and talk about. But this, you need to make your own meme. So this week's winner was TMG60. Adrian's character development in Cat Blank. Adrian's character development in Simon Says. Look, I just if you want to know more about what I think about Adrian's writing in the show, just go and watch that video. I'll link it up above for you to go and watch. But Adrian's a difficult one because he's not the main character, but I definitely feel that he needs better attention. And I think I'm arguably saying that because of the disaster that I view Kura and Echo to be. It's fine if you like the episode, but I view that episode to be a complete disaster because, I said this before, but I'm going to say it again because I want to. So from episode 13 onwards in season 4, Opsagami, that's when he starts to realise he's being left out. So he arrives at the building when it's too late, and yeah, he is needed, but it's for a very minuscule thing. Senti Bubbler, Rena Rouge is like, hey, you're not invited, and he's like, excuse me, what? And then he's quite reckless. Episode 15, Ladybug puts him in a bin and is quite rude to him. Episode 16, Haxan, Ladybug goes away and doesn't even have the decency to quickly go to the bathroom and send him a cheeky text once she's transformed. I'll leave him a voicemail. So that's not good. 17, Rocketeer. He thinks Ladybug's a massive hypocrite because Nino and Alia know each other's identities, but Adrian's not allowed to know, so he's not very happy with her. Wishmaker, not too much happens, but Adrian's starting to question his place on the team and just like in general his place in life. 19 Simple Man is a fun filler episode, nothing of that is discussed. Cheelin is all about racism and Marinette's mum. although you wouldn't know about it if you watched the French version because they took it out of the French version, so you don't even know why Sabine gets akumatized. 21 again is about Marinette's family, and Cat Noir is fabulous in that episode. Then 22 is ephemeral, and it's also not really discussed in that episode other than she called him 14 times and he couldn't pick up. And then randomly in Kuro and Echo he seems to have a delayed reaction, so he goes from 13 to 18 of being quite depressed as he's slowly left out of this partnership he thought was amazing, to not caring about it seemingly for like 4 episodes, and then like randomly, it seems random, in Kuro and Echo he has a delayed reaction to this, which is just downright bizarre in my opinion. And then later on in the episode when Plague is talking to Marinette in her bedroom, he's like, yeah, he decided to stop because you don't love him back. And I'm like, no, that's not the reason. It's because she was leaving him out. So why is the show now making it about that instead? I don't know. To this day, I will never understand the decisions they made where Kuro and Echo is concerned. And I will die mad about it. I'm not joking. I will be mad about Kuro and Echo until the end of time. So there you go, besties. That was a meme review. What was your favourite meme from this week? What did you think of my opinions? And I will see you in the next one. Bye!